talk about 5 most dangerous things about paramotors, and the good news is you are in control of all of them. Welcome to Paramotoring. Maybe you've just seen a paramotor flying over the beach or came across a paramotor YouTube video and are super excited about this sport. We are here to answer all the questions of wannabe pilots. Takeoffs and landings are the first topic. Now, nobody got ever killed in the air. It's the ground that gets you, and we are using our feet and legs as landing gear, so obviously we are very exposed. Accidents on takeoffs and landings, however, are rarely severe. They usually end up with a broken gear, broken propeller and a broken ankle, and rarely fatal accidents on takeoffs and landings. And that makes people believe that actually hitting the ground with a paramotor or ending up on your knees upon landing is a normal thing. No, it isn't. I've been there, I thought that same way, but normal is to fly 5 years with the same propeller. Normal is to succeed 99.9% of all your takeoffs and landings without any incidents. Here comes good training in place, and especially focusing on improving your skills even after the training is over. I can't stress that too much. Turbulence is invisible. It can be anywhere from uncomfortable, like driving a car on a bumpy road, to really dangerous, like flying into a washing machine. Our gliders are inflated by air, and severe turbulence may cause a collapse. Now, collapse is not the end of the game. Beginner gliders especially are usually capable to recover by themselves. More advanced gliders may require pilot input. The recovery process may take some time, and during that time you will be tossed around left and right, forward, backward, and will obviously lose some altitude. So flying high is safer. Simply flying high will give you a more range, more freedom, more time to react and to fix whatever issue happen. We still have reserve parachutes, and they usually need about 300-500 feet to effectively open. I never had the hand on the reserve parachute handle. There are no sudden storms and there is no hidden turbulence. All turbulence is possible to anticipate. If you have the proper training, if you understand the logic behind it, you can always guess there might be turbulence, I'm not flying into it. Or today it might be too turbulent, I'm not flying at all. It's always your decision, but it needs to be a qualified decision. And here, what training is essential and absolutely crucial for your safety. Engine failure itself is not a dangerous thing. What happens when your engine dies, you simply continue gliding down, let's say 8 meters forward for 1 meter sink. The first thing you do is to search for your emergency landing options. Look out for the spots that you could glide to and land. Then you try to restart your engine, and if you don't succeed, you aim for your designated landing spot. Now, altitude is your friend again. The higher you fly, the more time you have to react and adapt. I hate to fly over water. I'm scared. Flying over some rocks could be very dangerous too. Flying over glaciers could be deadly as well. There is a joke in paragliding that no one ever died in a tree landing. I would rather call it a controlled crash, but yes, we fly relatively low speeds, so ending up in a forest would probably not be fatal, hopefully. Again, fly up high, so it gives you enough time to react. Simple as that. The most tricky part about paramotoring is that you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know, you are not in control. This refers to both skills and judgment. Obviously, having good training helps, but even after you finish your training, you need to learn all the time and you need to do some progress. How can you be sure that you already have all the skills for this complicated and difficult takeoff? How can you be sure that you already have all the knowledge to read the weather forecast correctly and being able to assume some local aspects that the weather forecast models may not be able to detect? Being surrounded by experienced pilots always helps, because it's very difficult to assess your level of skills. It's very easy to be overly confident and believing that you already I mean, it's in every sport. It's called the intermediate syndrome. So stay humble, keep learning from the really good pilots, and most importantly, keep learning with small increments, always with small steps. Just push your limits just a little bit beyond your comfort zone, so you don't get too deep into trouble. I think I'm ready for a more advanced glider. I want a smaller glider to fly even faster and faster. I love the adrenaline, flying super fast and very low to the ground. And I've seen some videos. I want to try acrobatics as well, because the G-force is just such a good sensation. And it's a bit too windy today for takeoff, but you know, it was about as much last time and I succeeded, so let's give it a try. These are the examples of how your ego is the most dangerous thing on the paramotor. I've been there, done that myself. I upgraded and downsized my gliders way too quickly. I went down from 28 to 26 to 21 to 18 square meters only within 3 years. At the end of the session, I was always scared as, oh, now I need to land this shit. It was just too fast for me, and I was scared before every landing. That's not the best way to make progression. Luckily, I got away with it, but I wouldn't do that mistake again if I knew. My ego, yeah, that was it. I also tried a little bit of acrobatics, and I wasn't ready at all, but I didn't know. And within a few minutes, I almost got gift wrapped into my own canopy. So stay humble, keep your ego down, and progress slowly. How many people get killed in this sport? I honestly don't know. There are no official statistics. What I can say, we never ever had a fatal accident in Slovakia, but then again, Slovakia is a small country. In general terms, I would say paramotoring is safer than riding a motorcycle. On a motorcycle, you can get injured or killed by someone else or just by bad luck. On a paramotor, if something goes wrong in the air, it was always your fault. I also believe that paramotoring is safer than paragliding, simply because in order to catch the thermals, you need to fly the turbulence. But on a paramotor, you can avoid turbulence entirely with good judgment. And I believe paramotors are also safer than ultralight fixed-wing planes, simply because we fly slower, so you have much better chances to walk away from an accident. So if you're interested in becoming a paramotor pilot and watching this series, you started in the right way, but please continue the right way as well. Get proper paramotor training, surround yourself by good pilots, and never stop learning.
I'm ready now, I ain't gonna stop right now. Alright, take it on me, ooh, baby. Alright, I never asked